First impressions are always lasting impressions, so make a grand entrance with Mountaineer. With sophisticated styling and remarkable comfort, AutoWeek said Mountaineer is an absolutely beautiful looking vehicle inside and out. The Mercury Mountaineer was introduced in 1996 for the 1997 model year and was based on the second generation Ford Explorer as a more premium offering of the Explorer with a tad nicer interior and up-leveled exterior design cues. Other than that, the Mountaineer and Explorer were essentially the exact same vehicle. In 2002, the Mountaineer received a major redesign, as did the Ford Explorer and related Lincoln Aviator, which ultimately was able to separate the Explorer and the Mercury Mountaineer style-wise. And with the introduction of the up-level Aviator, the Mountaineer is no longer king of the hill. Our Mountaineer is actually representative of the third and final generation for this and the Aviator. The third generation was introduced in 2005 for the 2006 to 2010 model year, and the Mountaineer was extensively updated for 2006 with a redesigned frame and suspension, a new, more powerful V8, and an even newer 6-speed automatic transmission. Hey everyone, in today's Back in Time review, we head back to 2007 and take a detailed, in-depth, walk-around look at this 2007 Mercury Mountaineer. 2007 represents the first year of the third generation and ultimately the last generation of the final Mercury SUV before the company was dissolved. Our Mountaineer is a premier V8 trim painted in black clear coat with a charcoal black leather interior. Available trims and their base prices are shown on the screen above. This Mountaineer is nicely equipped and full pricing is shown on screen with the full options list is in the description box below. This review will be a full in-depth review. We will take a look at everything from exterior to interior, mechanical and performance and everything else in between. While available in either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, our Mountaineer is rear-wheel drive with power coming from the 4.6-liter modular 3-valve single overhead cam 24-valve V8 engine. This engine is of cast iron block and aluminum head construction and features sequential multi-port fuel injection with a 9.7 to 1 compression ratio. This engine creates 292 horsepower at 5,100 RPM and 300 pound-feet of torque at 3,950 RPM. The V8 Mountaineer can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 8.9 seconds, and it carries with it a gross vehicle weight rating of 6,110 pounds. V8 Premier two-wheel drive versions have a curb weight of 4,538 pounds, and with a $225 optional upgraded trailer tow package, our Mountaineer can tow a maximum trailer weight of 7,200 pounds and haul a maximum payload weight of 1,194 pounds. The Mountaineer is equipped with a 22.5 US gallon fuel capacity, and it consumes 6.2 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of 360 miles. EPA fuel economy figures are 13 miles per gallon in the city, 20 miles per gallon on the highway, and a combined average of 16 miles per gallon. The sole available transmission was none other than the electronically controlled 6-speed 6R60 automatic with overdrive. This brand new transmission was related to the ZF Source 6HP26 automatic, built under license at the Livonia Transmission Plant in Michigan. The transmission was first debuted in the second generation 2005 to 2006 Ford Explorer and Mercury Mountaineer vehicles. Around the rear, the Mountaineer differs from the Explorer and Aviator counterparts mainly in the taillights. Satin brushed aluminum style plastic trim in the form of brush guards, and the taillights are all incandescent and red elements with white reverse lamps. The liftgate also features satin aluminum trim on the license plate plinth, and the upper bumper trim, the Mercury lettering, is embossed in it. And that's a good look if you ask me. The liftgate is a two-piece element with separate flipper glass, and down below we have ultrasonic parking sensors. Along the profile, there is no mistaking the Mountaineer for its heritage in relation to the Explorer. The satin aluminum roof rails and side mirror skull caps break up the otherwise plain styling, and we also have fixed in place running boards. Steering is hydraulically assisted variable rate, speed sensitive rack and pinion, and it does have a 36.8 foot turning radius. Wheels are the 18 by 7.5 inch satin aluminum and are shot in P235 65 R18 Uniroyal Laredo Cross Country Tour all season tires. Brakes are power assisted 4-wheel disc brakes and are assisted by the Advanced Track traction control working in conjunction with the RSC roll stability control and ABS. Up front we have 12-inch ventilated rotors and solid 11.9-inch rotors in the rear. These brakes can halt the Mountaineer from 70 miles per hour to 0 in a long 209 feet. For 2007, Mountaineer badging was returned to the doors after a 4-year absence, and due to the decision to dissolve the Mercury brand in June of 2010, the Mountaineer was gone and the Ford Explorer underwent a major redesign, no longer sharing body panels with across-divisional counterparts. Due to the March 2006 closure of the St. Louis assembly plant, our Mountaineer was produced at the Louisville Truck Assembly Plant in Kentucky in October of 2006. Up front, the Mountaineer looks less Explorer-like and more like the Mariner and Milan, with a styled curved headlamp set in clear lenses and bright bezels. Headlights on ours are halogen with incandescent turn indicators. Down below are large fog lamps, and set in the middle is the iconic Mercury waterfall grille in the same treatment as the rear taillights for visual continuity. In the center of the grille resides a large Mercury emblem, and on the upper bumper lip is another satin aluminum trim piece.
Alright, and while there's no smart key access system on this vehicle, there are multiple options of getting in. First way is just your old school key fob, just sticking it in the keyhole. You've also got Ford's keypad entry system here. By entering in your personal digit codes, you can unlock the vehicle. We've also got remote keyless entry, just using a standard Ford key fob. You've got your unlock, your lock, your panic alarm, and your hatch release. And of course, just the standard Mercury twin blade key. So we're going to go ahead and get in. Alright, and the interior of the Mountaineer is actually pretty much a gussied up Explorer. Overall, pretty nice interior. Nowhere near as nice as the Aviator, but a lot more luxurious than the Explorer, so sitting right in between. Looking at the door panels, this vehicle has an all black interior. We do have some hard plastics on the door edges, but you do have a soft armrest, this perforated vinyl insert here, some satin aluminum trim here, power windows, power lockouts, power locks. You've got your power mirror control right here. Very clever use of the top of the door for the door handle release. And down here is your grab handle, integrated into the speaker grill. You do have a bottle or holder here and a little map pocket. Other than that, not much to the door panels. On the instrument panel here, you do have your automatic headlamp control and fog lamp control by pulling the knob out. Down below is your instrument panel dim. Parking brake release here. There's your parking brake, hood release, and of course twin pedals. They are power adjustable. You've also got a leather wrap tilt steering wheel, 8-way power driver's seat with adjustable lumbar support. Let's go ahead and take a look at the seats. The seats are decently comfortable. They do offer a good amount of support, but there's hardly any lateral support from the bolsters, but it's not a performance vehicle. You do have these perforated inserts in the leather, and you've also got high adjustable head restraints. Alright, time to pan through the interior and show more details. Nice fluidic hydraulically assisted power steering on a leather wrap 4-spoke steering wheel. Got your Mercury emblem right in the middle here. Over here you've got your cruise controls here, off and on, set, up and down, resume. You've also got your fan speed control here for your climate. And over here you've got your media controls, seek and scan, volume up and down, media select, and your temperature control for your climate controls. It's all highlighted by satin silver spokes. It looks really, really nice. You have a multifunction control lever here that controls your high beam indicators, turn indicators, your wiper controls, wiper interval, and your rear wiper controls. Front and center, trimmed in the satin silver trim, is your instrument cluster. It's a very basic cluster, not very many gauges. You got your fuel gauge over here and set in the tachometer, 7,000 RPM tach. We've also got our trip computer here. And you'll note this vehicle currently has 172,611.3 miles on it. And over off to the right is a 120 mile per hour speedometer and your coolant temperature gauge. Alright, let's pan over the top of the dash. Actually, the top of the dash for this age of vehicle and this many miles is actually in pretty good shape. It's not split or cracked or anything like that. You do have a small storage tray here, and satin silver coming down the center console. Front and center, we have our AM/FM 6-disc CD changer with MP3 readback. It also includes phone controls. You've also got your climate vents here, trip computer controls here, traction control here, and a set of blank switches over here. Moving the shifter lever out of the way will reveal our climate controls. It is a dual temperature climate control with single speed fan and single panel distribution controls. Show your exterior temperature. You can also switch from Fahrenheit to Celsius. And of course you can hit your distribution by pressing these buttons, and the appropriate light will illuminate above it, displaying what's going on. You can also place it in auto. And for the driver's seat and mirror controls, you have 2 driver memory, your power adjustable pedal controls, and of course your heated seat controls. Alright, moving down the center console, here in the center we have a chrome capped leather wrapped shift handle. Does have an overdrive off button, 2 cup holders. You do have a 12-volt power point here, and an auxiliary input jack here. Nice vinyl padded armrest, which opens up to reveal a most generous amount of storage. Coin holder. You've got like a little tissue box holder here. Alright, and taking a look overhead, we do have an automatic dimming rear view mirror. We've also got twin reading lamps. Rear air climate controls back here. Temperature control, fan speed control, and your panel blend mode. And sunglasses holder. And not to be outdone, 3-channel home link universal garage door opener. Alright, the sun visors are nice and large. They're padded cloth. They are illuminated vanity mirrors mounted inside. And of course, your sun visors do swing out and they slide out on extension rails. Alright, now this vehicle does have 3 rows of seats. So let's take a look at the third row first, and by gaining access to the third row is actually pretty easy, although it is a 3-step process. First we have to dump the second row head restraint, then we're going to lower the seat back, and then we're going to unlock the seat from the floor. It is mounted on a hydraulic charge strut to aid in operation. And here we do have our third row seat. Now one caveat to this is that the right hand side seat portion is actually broke. So it will not raise, so it is in its folded position right now. But in the rear seat, the third row seat is a 50-50 split folding seat with 2 passenger seating capabilities. And you'll see they do have storage trays. They've also got cup holders and all their trim panels. They've also got overhead vents and illumination, as well as coat hooks. And of course, 3-point belts. Alright, let's get the second row seat back up so we can take a look at the second row. Alright, rear seat door panels, about the same styling as the front seats. Hard plastic, you got soft vinyl here, perforated vinyl, satin silver trim, power window switch. You've also got your nifty little top mounted door release, grab handle here, and of course your speaker grille. Now this vehicle is equipped with the bench seat in the second row. It does seat 3 across. It is a 60/40 split folding seat. 3-point belts for all passengers. Perforated leather seating surfaces on the in the middles, even in the second row seat. There is no second center armrest though. And overhead, of course, you still have reading lights, overhead vents, and coat hooks. Rear seat passengers do have top mounted cup holders in the back of the front center console. You've also got positional air vents, the ability to turn it off and on, and a 12-volt power point down there. And of course, seat back mat pockets. Alright, and while you can use the key fob to open the lift gate, we're actually going to show another way. First of all, etched in the glass here, you'll see it says glass release. There's actually a little switch down here in the trim plate that'll open that flipper glass. Of course, it is hinged separately from the gate to allow easy loading and unloading of small objects without having to open the entire lift gate. Alright, and underneath the Mercury logo is basically just your traditional liftgate release. Alright, as you can see with the third row seat up here, we'll show this for a demonstration here. There's actually not a lot of cargo space back here. It's very, very minimal at best. Almost useless. You could maybe put a couple suitcases on their side. That's about it. Now this vehicle is equipped with the power folding seats, and sadly the right hand side is already folded because it is actually kind of permanently in that place right now. But to fold the seats is actually very easy. You just pull this tether to unlatch the head restraint, and then we're just going to hit the fold button here. Alright, and as you can see, your cargo capacity is greatly enhanced here. It's a nice flat floor. However, there are some areas here where smaller objects can get stuck inside. But overall, it's actually a really nice flat floor. Back here you get a better view of the speakers and of course the cup holders. Underneath this tray here is your jack and tools. This is the hoist to lower the spare tire. And of course you can have tie down hooks. Now we're going to fold the second row seats into their cargo mode. Alright, we're going to demonstrate that real quick, and of course it's very easy. First you need to unlatch the head restraint. Then, just like we were getting into the third row, we're going to lower the seat back. But instead of lifting it again, we're actually going to lift the cargo mode. And that ever so slightly moves the seat down, even with the bottom of the third row. Alright, and there we go. All the seats are folded. As you can see, cargo capacity is cavernous for a vehicle of this size. Alrighty, and that does just about conclude our in-depth walk-around look at the 2007 Mercury Mountaineer. We hope the video was informative. If it was, please don't forget to like and comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe and check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews and Instagram at BrensoJ1. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.